A few years ago, my daughter asked me a question that stopped me in my tracks. She said, "Dad, why do we call it Good Friday?" And then she added, "I don't think it was good that Jesus had to die." My first instinct was to jump in and explain everything: the theology of the cross, the forgiveness of sins, the victory over death. I wanted to give her the full pastor answer, but I paused. And in that pause, I realized something. She was right. Good Friday doesn't really feel good when you think about it. It's the day Jesus was betrayed by one of his closest friends, arrested, mocked, beaten, abandoned, and nailed to a cross. There's nothing pleasant about that, nothing comfortable, nothing that feels good. And honestly, it wasn't good that Jesus had to die. It wasn't good that humanity rejected the Son of God. It wasn't good that injustice won the day. It wasn't good that the innocent suffered. So if we really want to understand why Friday was called good, maybe we need to go back to the beginning of that week. Let's start with Palm Sunday. On Palm Sunday, Jesus rides into Jerusalem, and the crowds are cheering. They're waving palm branches and shouting, "Hosanna," which means "save us." But those palm branches weren't just religious decorations, they were national symbols. They represented Jewish pride, Jewish identity, Jewish hope for independence. The people wanted a Messiah who would overthrow Rome, a political king, a national hero, someone who would put their people back on top. But Jesus didn't ride in on a war horse. He rode in on a donkey. A war horse says conquest. A donkey says peace. He wasn't coming to crush Rome. He was coming to crush something much deeper: sin, division, pride, hatred. He didn't come to elevate one nation over another. He came to bring all people together under God. No more nationalism as the ultimate hope. No more us versus them. No more salvation through political power. The crowd waved palm branches for a Jewish king, but Jesus rode in as the King of the world. That's the first reason Friday is good. Second, look at the kind of peace he brings. It's easy to shout Hosanna when everyone else is shouting, but only a few days later, the same city would cry, "Crucify him." And what did Jesus do? He didn't fight back. He didn't gather an army. He didn't defend himself with force. He rode into Jerusalem peacefully on a donkey, and he walked to the cross silently. That donkey on Palm Sunday foreshadows the silence of Good Friday. He absorbs the violence. He absorbs the injustice. He absorbs the betrayal. Not because he was powerless, but because he was bringing real peace. A peace not built on domination, a peace built on sacrificial love. That's the second reason Friday is good. And third, what looked like shame and defeat was actually victory. From the outside, the cross looks like humiliation, stripped, mocked, executed like a criminal. The religious leaders thought they had won. Rome thought it had maintained order. The disciples thought it was over. But the cross wasn't Jesus' defeat, it was his victory. On the cross, he carried our sin, our guilt, our shame, our fear, our secrets, our hurt, everything that separates us from God. What looked like his shame was him taking ours. What looked like his loss was him securing our freedom. What looked like weakness was the strongest act of love the world has ever seen. So, was it good that Jesus had to endure all of that? No. It wasn't good that he was betrayed. It wasn't good that he suffered. It wasn't good that he was nailed to a cross. But it was good that he chose to endure it for us. Because if he didn't carry our sin, we would have to. If he didn't absorb the shame, we would remain crushed by it. If he didn't defeat sin and death, we would still be under it. It wasn't good that he suffered, but it was good that he suffered for us. I remember finishing that conversation with my daughter. And I told her, "You're right. It wasn't good that Jesus had to die. But it was good that he loved us enough to do it." And she nodded. And together we said something simple. Jesus is good. Not because the cross was pleasant, not because suffering is beautiful, but because his love is. That's why we call it Good Friday, because what looked like the darkest day was actually the brightest display of love, and that is good.